This is the Great Cotswold Tithe Barn, dating from the 1200s. Oh my goodness. William Morris, the arts and craftsman and print designer, he said this was unapproachable in its dignity, and he used to bring his friends here to see it all the time. It used to help with the income for Beaulieu Abbey, or Beaulieu, but they say Beaulieu here. It's beautiful. Even this one's old by New Zealand standards. It's so big that I can't actually get the whole thing in my shot. A little pond. This is from one end of the barn looking out the other. Oh, it's amazing. It's huge. Oh my goodness. Bird's nest in here. You can see there's piles of poop everywhere and feathers. Apparently the wooden joinery is like unparalleled and is considered to be like some of the best and most intact medieval building in the world. Some people think it's sort of an architectural, I don't know what the word is, an outstanding piece of architectural achievement, let's say it like that. Look at the paving, medieval paving on the floor. And look at the ceiling. See that? That's, you can see the bits of slate. Surely that can't be. It jolly well is, but I mean it just can't be. That's a better view of the slate tiling on the roof. That just blows me away. From the 1200s. And they built it so well that it's still here. And that's what the tiling looks like from the outside on the roof. I thought I'd just pull over and show you some of the exquisite English countryside. I'm at White Horse Hill, the White Horse of Uffington. I drove past it last time I came, but I didn't sort of know it was there. I just sort of happened upon it. Anyway, this time it was on my way back to London. This is my last day with the rental car, returning to London this evening, so I'm stopping off at heaps of interesting places on my way. And luckily for me, it's a National Trust property. Yay! So it's free parking and free entry. I've just walked up the hill, and at the top there's this moat, and that is where Uffington Castle used to be. And this is the It's just stunning. I had one of those tearful moments coming up the hill where it was just so beautiful I felt overcome. I couldn't be happier. This is my happy place, doing adventures in the middle of nowhere with nature all around me and the sound of birds and hardly any people. I just love it. Anyway, this is the castle site, and I'm heading in that direction over there to try and see the Uffington White Horse. I just thought I'd chat to you about the things I've read on the signposts while I've been wandering about here. Apparently, the legend is that St. George slayed the final dragon, and that's where his blood, the blood of the dragon, was spilled, and on that site nothing has grown since. This is all part of the legend and folklore of the place, not scientific. It's funny though, isn't it? Because you do wonder if there's more to myth and legend than meets the eye. I mean, perhaps he was a Christian who ended paganism somehow at some point in history, and that's how, because the dragon always symbolises Satan. Going down a steep bit here. You do wonder with myth and legend how much of it is based in reality but is just lost in the mists of time. Look at this. This is the moat behind me. So that was quite fascinating. Oh, just having the best day. I didn't know what I was going to do today. I was going to go to Blenheim Palace, which is where Winston Churchill was born. I had seen the home Chartwell in Kent on my last trip, where he and Clementine, his wife, they purchased that and raised their family there. But I was going to see Blenheim Palace, but it was so expensive, and I thought, do you know what? I hadn't heard of it 2 years ago, and I don't want to see it badly enough to pay the kind of money they were asking. It worked out at something like 65 New Zealand dollars just to see the gardens, and about 80 if I wanted to see the palace as well. And I thought, no, I'm not going to pay that. So anyway, I decided to just pick out some other things that I could see on the way that were just as interesting and actually more up my alley. So look at this landscape behind me. Oh, to die for. Anyway, that's my blather for the morning. So that white spot up there on top of that sort of little hillock apparently is where St. George slayed the last fire-breathing dragon in England. Go St. George! Anyway, that there, I believe, is the white chalk of the horse. But they've actually sent me up a bit higher than I needed to be. I think I need to be down on that road there. But that's okay. I got to see where the castle was. I think the first time I saw it, I was driving up that little road there. There. And I just happened to sort of see it, or it might have been over here where this truck is. I just sort of saw it. Boom, there it was. Out in front of me as I was driving along the road, and I didn't even know it was a thing in 2 years ago. So it was just amazing. There's a little car way down there driving. I followed those guys in, I think. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to walk down there and see if I can get a better view. I have come to the Island Farm Donkey Sanctuary, just outside of Didcot. And on my way here I passed through a place called Wantage, I think is how you say it, which is the birthplace of King Alfred the Great. So, did not know that. So over there is their little houses that they sleep in at night, and the workers at the moment are mucking out. and the donkeys are just all out here enjoying fresh air and sunshine and grass and communication with one another and being left alone. Anyway, they're having a much better life now. One having a scratch. They're tiny. Some of them only come up to the top of my leg. Hey. I learned that donkeys have to stay in pairs. They can't be on their own or they get depressed and pine. It doesn't matter if they're with a mated pair or just two boys and two girls, but they have to stay with other donkeys. And so some of these animals have not been mistreated. Some of them have just, people have owned them, and like a couple of them, their partnered animal has passed away and they've had to come here because otherwise they would have been depressed. Some of them are neglected. People get them and just leave them outside indefinitely as if they were like a cow or something. They get parasites and that sort of thing. She said they live very long lives. They've just had one, I think his name was Hector, who lived to be 46 years old, and he just passed away 2 weeks ago. And she said they're really loving animals. So sweet. Anyway, these are all the ladies. They keep the ladies and the gentlemen separate if the gentlemen haven't been castrated. But if they have been castrated, then it doesn't matter. They can be together. And they tend to keep some of the oldies together because they're a bit more docile, and so the more timid donkeys that are younger but more timid can go in with the older donkeys, and they're usually okay with them. Now I'm at a National Trust property called Gray's Court, and I don't know that I paid attention to what county it's in. Just en route to London anyway. Bit of a far cry from the donkey sanctuary. And it was owned by the de Grey family, who you will recall from my last trip owned Rest House and Gardens. Rest, W-R-E-S-T. So it'll be interesting to see if I can pick up any more nuggets about them. This is the ensuite bathroom. Flush loo. Obviously modern-er than other parts of the house. It's a real mishmash of dates and ages, dating from the Norman days through to that fireplace in the main bedroom that was from the 1700s and now looking like about the 60s. And there's the closet, for goodness sake. There's a bidet. Goodness, I'm not brave enough to try one of those. Some of the Norman part of the walled garden. This is not the same de Grey family from Rest, I found out. This is a family that came over with William the Conqueror at the time of the Norman Conquest.